Happy Sunday, y'all. So I just wanted to come on here and share this reminder. For some it might be a revelation, but for me it was a reminder. As I was getting on the highway, my son just kept trying to get my attention, and I was driving and I kept telling him, like, I can't pay attention to you right now because mommy has to drive. And he was just asking, he's at that stage where he asks why, like a lot. Even if you give him an answer, it's still why. And within the explanation that I gave him, trying to break it down as well as possible to a 3-year-old on why I can't focus on him while I'm driving on the highway. Sometimes it's funny because I say this is because I believe that we do the same thing to God all the time, and we don't even realize it because we get to this certain level of our idealism of maturity, but we're not at God's idealism of maturity, because his word says that his thoughts are higher than our thoughts, his ways higher than our ways. But in explaining to him the why, I realized that just as much as God is deep, he is just as simple. And things doesn't always have to be complicated. And you don't always have to be speaking Christianese to make yourself feel like what you just said just gonna make people just be like, ooh, that was a good word. Like, you don't have to be that poetic to get a point across. And I say that to say that what I literally explained to my son was, if mommy is focused on looking behind her and I'm not paying attention to the road, that can result in accident or even death, Lord forbid. And that is why it's important for me to keep my eyes stayed on the road ahead of me. And it's crazy because as simple as I explained that to my son, it was just like, wow, this is why God says that we need to renew our mind. Because when we start going through and your through is rough and you feel like you done pitched your tent in the valley and you don't know how you getting out, because trust me, I'm in the valley right now. May not look like it, may not even seem like it, but I am in the valley right now. But it's the fact that I'm going through. It didn't say that I was going to avoid it. It says that, yea, do I walk through the valley. And it just reminded me that no matter how hard that valley is, stop looking over your shoulder. Keep your mind stayed on the Lord. Keep your mind focused on the Lord. Do not take your eyes off that road ahead of you, that straight and that narrow. Because what Satan likes to do is he likes to keep tapping you on your shoulder, trying to get your attention, trying to get your mind unfocused, trying to get you rattled up so that you can take your eyes off. And he will use that quick second you take your eyes off to mess with your mind. But I say that to say be encouraged, because that encouraged me, because I was feeling very low this morning. But the realization of, everything, and the reminder that God gave me through explaining why I couldn't look at my son for a moment was that don't take your eyes off me. Instead of worrying about the people who hurt you, focus on the people who love you. Instead of worrying about what you don't have, focus on what you do have. Because God is not going nowhere. He said he'll never leave you nor forsake you. And he meant that. And a lot of the reason why we go backwards is because we don't have revelation of who we are in God. We don't have a revelation of who we are in Christ. We don't know how much we're valued. And those are the ones that Satan comes to pick on the most. Because when you don't know who you are in Christ, you may think you know. But I've learned something over the years, is that how you respond to those trials and tribulations shows that you know who you are or don't know who you are in Christ. But I just wanted to come on here and say that I hope that blessed somebody. It blessed me. It just reminded me that's the importance of renewing our mind. But I pray that y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. Okay, bye.